I hate to bring this word back, but we're kind of doing them today. Kind of. Proofs. Okay. No statements, reasons, though. Basically, here's it. Oh, I just translated and rotated it. Why are the two triangles now still congruent? All right, that's all we're going to do. All right, proving that you guys showing me, oh, because you rotated and translated, they don't change the size or shape. And this is going to be very elementary schoolish at the beginning. Very elementary schoolish. Fill in the blanks. All right, fill in the blanks. The only reason I'm having you guys fill in the blanks, I need specific wording when you do these. And if we do take the Regents in January, they'll expect specific wording. So I want to get the wording down in the blanks, and then we'll take the blanks away and you write it on your own. All right, so very easy one on the first one here. We're doing a reflection. I'm taking triangle ABC, reflecting it over a line and getting A prime, B prime, C prime. Explain to me why the triangles are congruent. So before I fill in the blanks, why are they going to be congruent? What did I just do to the original? What did I do to the pre-image, the original? You guys can read it. What am I doing to the original? Reflecting it. And what do you know about when I reflect something, does it change size or shape? So does that make sense that they should be congruent? I didn't change the size. They should be congruent. So here's the exact wording I'm looking for here today. Reflections are, remember what we call it? I talked about it earlier today too, but it was more on the first day of the unit. Anything that doesn't change size or shape, called a rigid motion. So you tell me reflections are rigid motions. And now tell me something a little bit about a rigid motion. Rigid motions that preserve distance, aka side length. Side length, a lot of you guys remember asking about that on the quiz. That preserve distance and angle measure. So tell me what you're doing is a rigid motion. Tell me rigid motions preserve distance and angle measure. Therefore, the two triangles have to be congruent. Triangle ABC. Oh, it's been a while since we used this, huh? Symbol. Congruent to A prime, B prime, C prime. So that's what I'm looking for out of you today. That is what I'm going to be looking for. Except here's the catch, and this is going to be the toughest part. Just like you did on homework and in class yesterday, what are you doing? I told you we were reflecting, but now we get to number 2. That's on you now. What is this? All right. How do I get ABC onto XYZ? You can do it on your own, or you can talk with your group right now. All right. So go ahead. How do I get ABC onto XYZ? What do you need to do? Rotate, reflect, translate. Let's do it. Don't fill in the blanks. Don't fill in the blanks. I want you to figure out how I get ABC onto XYZ. Go ahead. I heard a couple. I actually heard 3 different ones. Anybody want to share theirs before we write it down? Write something official down. Jonah?
Rotation of 180 degrees.
Yep, you could rotate 180. Tammy?
Reflect over the Y and
reflect over the Y axis and reflect over the X. Which, by the way, just little advanced transformation knowledge. So if you ever reflect over both axes, same as a rotation of 180. Yep. That crew over there, so-called best pair, I heard something which wouldn't be correct. Y equals negative X. Are we off that wagon, or do we need to show you why it doesn't work?
No, we got it.
Okay. Because B would map up to no point at all. Okay. So here's really our options. Rotation of 180, or the same thing, rotation or reflection over the Y and the X axis. So make sure you go with one right now, please. All right, make sure you go with one or the other. So here we go. The transformation is now I'm just going to pick this single one, is a rotation. Now, here's where I'm going to make a big stink about. Not good enough. Not good enough. If you're going to write the word rotation, you better tell me how many degrees. If you're going to do a translation, you better tell me direction and distance. If you're going to do a reflection, you better tell me what line you're reflecting over. Okay? Just writing the word itself is not good enough. I need more detail. So in this case, a rotation of 180 degrees. The transformation is a rotation of 180. Since, what did I do? Rotation or reflection, if you did the other one. Since rotations are rigid motions, they preserve distance and angle measure. Above I use therefore, now I use thus. Triangle ABC, congruent to triangle XYZ. Hey, real quick, any other words? Therefore, thus, who's going to pull some more out? Come on. Hence, good one, good one. Hence, henceforth. Anybody up? Come on.
This implies. No.
This implies.
Because of that.
Because of that, in conclusion. So, yep. Really digging deep there. I got a couple more at the end too. We looked a bunch up second period. I got a couple more for you that go back like to the 1800s. So we'll get there. I want to finish these though. All right, so as I read these directions, we got A prime, B prime, C prime, image of ABC. Hey, here's a key fact they wrote in the directions for you. After a sequence. So right now I know there's no shot I do this in one. It's going to be two or more. Two or more. All right, what are the two or more? Go ahead in your group. What are the two or more?